On Thursday of this week, the Arizona Supreme Court ruled in favor of rightful Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, a Democrat who defeated Kerry Lake in the 2022 election, and granted her request to sanction Kerry Lake's lawyers for what the court described as unequivocally false allegations about November's election. The court added, sometimes campaigns and their attendant hyperbole spill over into the legal challenges. But once a contest enters the judicial arena, rules of attorney ethics apply. Which, of course, means a lawyer cannot walk into court and openly lie about a case, which, according to this court, is what Kerry Lake's lawyers did with their election challenge lawsuit. They lied. Unequivocally false is the phrase used by this Supreme Court in Arizona. You probably already knew that, right? I mean, the story's been out there for 2 days, so why am I talking about it 2 days after the fact? Well, because there's a part of this that nobody seems to be acknowledging, and that is the fact, it's mentioned in reports, but it hasn't been discussed, and I feel like it needs that conversation. First and foremost, even though the Supreme Court said, yes, we agree with you, Katie Hobbs, and the Arizona Secretary of State, that they came into this court and lied, however, we're not going to make them pay your attorney's fees. Like, we're just going to sanction the lawyers $2,000. We're not even going to sanction Kerry Lake in this particular matter. We're just going to sanction the lawyers $2,000, which, I imagine is probably nothing to them. And we're not going to grant you attorney's fees, even though we have determined legally that they came in, violated lawyers' ethics, lied to us and to you, but they don't have to pay your legal fees. That is mind-blowing. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. When the court declares, rules that the other side lied to even file the lawsuit to begin with, and then to not give attorney's fees, that is absolutely unheard of. And it gets even worse because this is the same Supreme Court that just, a month and a half ago in March, ruled that all of Kerry Lake's lawsuit can be thrown out except for one part, where she's challenging the ballot signature verification process for early voting. That can stand. And this is the part that nobody's talking about. As I have already repeatedly said, the judges on the Arizona Supreme Court said these people lied. The lawyers lied. Kerry Lake lied. But we're still going to let part of the lawsuit go. We know these people are proven liars at this point. We've already made that ruling. That's official. They are liars. But, for the hell of it, let's just go ahead and let part of the lawsuit continue in the lower courts until it reaches us again, and then who knows what's going to happen, right? This Arizona State Supreme Court is a farce. It's an absolute farce. You can't sit there and tell those lawyers to their faces, you're a bunch of liars. What you've told us is unequivocally false, but we're still going to entertain part of it because maybe, even though you're a bunch of big fat liars, maybe you're not lying about this one part, even though you've lied about all of these other parts that we already dismissed. Maybe on this one you told the truth. Any normal court in this country, which I don't even know if we have any of those left, would have tossed the entire thing. They would have given attorney's fees. This $2,000 sanction against those lawyers, that's not even a slap on the wrist. That's literally like 2 hours of work for these people, maybe, depending on what their billable hours are. It may be half an hour. This ruling is a joke. It is not a punishment for those lawyers. It is not a punishment for Kerry Lake. It is a punishment to the state of Arizona that now has to absorb the cost of those legal fees to fight the very claims that the court has already said were, once again, unequivocally false. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel, We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.